these weak, peace-loving cowards running rampant.
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom invites players on a second adventure through the vast open world of Hyrule, and the legendary hero Link encounters many powerful allies and enemies on his quest. From deadly villains throwing the land into chaos, to heroes safeguarding the realm, we're taking a look at the strongest beings in Hyrule and seeing how they measure up. I'm Kyle with 1UP Binge, and this is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, weak to powerful. As usual, we'll be starting with our weakest and working our way up to the strongest characters in Hyrule. And the weakest of the game's major players would have to be Master Koga. The commander of the Yigi clan may have survived his tumble into the depths of Hyrule back in Breath of the Wild, but he falls short to many of the supernaturally gifted heroes and villains players come across on the journey. He assaults Link with a variety of vehicles cobbled together from the Zonai devices he and his minions have come across, but none of them can stand up to the hero's superior crafting prowess gifted to him by the Ultra Hand ability. That fact isn't lost on Koga either, who's quite jealous of Link for having such a massive leg up on the competition. Or is that a hand up? Unlike Koga, each of the sages of Hyrule packs some serious magic in addition to their other capabilities as warriors and leaders. That said, among the sages, Riju can be a bit underwhelming. It's undoubtedly impressive that she commands the Gerudo so well at such a young age, but her lightning abilities lack focus and require Link to guide them with an arrow. Without some careful aiming and crowd control, Riju won't be able to match the raw, electrifying power of her predecessor, Urbosa, in Breath of the Wild. But she's working on it. The best defense may be a good offense, but the Sage of Water, Sidon, pulls double duty with his abilities. He can both shield Link and provide him with a long-range attack using the power of water, placing him a step above Riju on versatility alone. He's no slouch with a trident either, although he doesn't get as many opportunities to shine as a warrior when he's contending with the toxic threat posed by the evil that has infiltrated the Water Temple. Nonetheless, there's no question that Sidon earns his role as the Zora's new leader, for his tireless dedication to protecting their domain. Looking at the other sages, Tulin is skilled with the bow and also has the unique ability to generate horizontal gusts of wind that can propel Link forward. It's not as easy to use Tulin's power in combat, and players of Breath of the Wild will likely miss the vertical gales summoned by previous Rito champion Revali. But there's no doubt that Tulin's command of the winds will serve Link well when he traverses the many sky islands floating above Hyrule. They're certainly essential for getting the pair up into the center of the storm, above Rito Village. And also, let's be honest, Revali's Gale is sort of outclassed by Link's shiny new Ascend ability anyway, so having Tulin around as an alternative is a nice perk. He may be the most reluctant of the sages, but Yunobo turns out to be the strongest of the four in the modern era. His fiery role combines the offensive might of Riju and Sidon's abilities with the utility of Tulin's, as it can be used to obliterate enemies and obstructions alike. Yunobo's attacks are even flexible enough to be useful when Link is riding on Zonai devices, where he can serve as a sort of mobile cannon in case arrows won't do the trick. That's the kind of firepower you can expect of the mighty Gorons. What's stronger than a legendary guardian wielding elemental magic, you ask? How about the Sage of Spirit, Minoru, who can survive death and assault her foes with her mastery of the power of ancient Zonai technology? In the distant past, her sage magic allowed her to separate her spirit from her body and inhibit the Pura Pad, remaining alive to aid Link in his time of need. Once the hero builds her a construct body to inhabit, she can march into battle at his side with a durable mech. She takes a more active role than the other sages in reclaiming her temple, going one-on-one against the seized construct guarding the Spirit Temple. Link can find all kinds of other uses for her construct's features as well. She can withstand all kinds of hazardous terrain, as well as tap into the power of Zonai devices with fusion capabilities that are nearly as versatile as Link's own Zonai powers. Of course, Link can only access those incredible abilities thanks to Rauru. The Ancient King and Sage grafts his arm onto Link's, following the hero's first encounter with Ganondorf, and he's the one to show Link how to use the powers of the Zonai to their fullest potential. It's through Rauru's gift that Link is able to manipulate objects and fuse them together, ascend through solid matter, and even rewind time, giving him near limitless control over his environment. Rauru's spirit seems to endure through his arm too. At the end of the game, his ghostly form appears alongside that of Sonia. and together the two of them are able to channel their energies through the arm and reverse the supposedly irreversible process of draconification that Zelda had gone through. That's not even getting into how powerful Rauru was in his own time, when he wielded the magic of Zonai and the power of light for both offense and defense. Ganondorf was already powerful enough to defeat all of the sages of that era, but Rauru was able to drain the Demon King's power and seal him deep beneath the earth. Few of the monsters that have overrun Hyrule can stand up to the might of the sages as well as their Dark Master could, but the bosses lurking inside the temples are another matter. Each of them can threaten whole regions of the map with their malicious powers. Of these four, we believe that Marbled Goma is the least powerful. Its body is the source of the marbled rock that has brainwashed most of the Gorons. But Ganondorf's plan for the creature still requires the Gorons to dig up the evil ore and eat it. Its powers would be completely useless against anyone other than the one race in Hyrule that, eats rocks. So it's a good thing it set up shop where it did. It puts up quite the fight when confronted, like all the other bosses, but it crumbles, literally, before Yunobo's rolling assaults. Muckrock presents a much greater risk to the wider population of Hyrule. Its toxic sludge mucks up the waters of the Lanayru region, and it takes all of Sidon's power to prevent the pollution from spreading to all corners of the kingdom and creating a full-on ecological disaster. Inside the Water Temple, it can form a shark-like creature to attack Link and Sidon and hide from them as it continues spewing even more sludge. And they'll have to give the boss a good soaking if they want to expose it to attack. Link could probably use Super Mario Sunshine's Flood here. If there's anything more dangerous than a monster polluting the kingdom's waterways, it's one whose very presence alters the weather for the worse. Colgera lurks inside the Wind Temple, stirring up a massive blizzard that's blanketed the Tabantha and Heber regions in thick snow. The climate catastrophe has become such a problem that people are leaving northwestern Hyrule in droves, and the local Rito struggle to survive in the unrelenting cold. Link and Tulin will have to venture into the Eye of the Storm to confront the frigid Colgera. It winds its way through the clouds, assaulting the heroes with flurries of ice and deadly tornadoes. It'll take all of their combined skill to squash this massive bug, and ensure the warmer weather is in the forecast for Rito Village. Colgera is not the only oversized insect terrorizing Hyrule though. Queen Gibdo has covered the entirety of the Gerudo Desert in a thick sand shroud, and no one there is safe from her monstrous undead brood. Riju and Link will have to work together to destroy the hives of Gibdos that have cropped up around Gerudo Town and the Oasis Bazaar. Like any bug infestation, however, if they really want to get rid of the Desert Gibdo Queen, they'll have to take the fight to her nest in the Lightning Temple. She'll furiously defend her territory with her control of the sand and, of course, even more Gibdos. We can't undersell how creepy she and her minions really are, especially if bugs or zombies aren't your thing. The infested sand shroud is actually some serious horror movie stuff. The temple bosses are strong enough to pose a major threat, but their influence is limited to their respective regions. That's not the case with Phantom Ganon, who menaces all of Hyrule with a combination of subterfuge and nightmarish corruption. It's been quite some time since Phantom Ganon has appeared in a Zelda game, but we're confident in saying that this is easily its most powerful incarnation yet. Phantom Ganon poses as Zelda throughout the kingdom, deceiving its people to carry out the will of Ganondorf on the surface. Link can come across the vile doppelganger in several locations. It lurks in a cave behind the Lost Woods, corrupting the Great Deku Tree with its presence until Link roots out the source of the evil. It also makes its home inside the ruins of Hyrule Castle, where it entraps Link with its illusions before attacking him with powerful weaponry, an army of shadowy clones, and a creeping wave of gloom that will drain the life out of the hero. That's not all either. While all of the bosses respawn in the depths after being defeated, Phantom Ganon can reappear whenever Link destroys a group of the grasping gloom spawn. So there's truly no rest for the wicked in Tears of the Kingdom. Thus far, we've looked at an assortment of sages and monsters, but everyone knows that these guys are mere supporting players compared to the real powerhouses in Hyrule. The bronze medal for strongest character in Tears of the Kingdom belongs to Princess Zelda. Blessed with the combined power of time and light thanks to her sage ancestors, Zelda unwittingly throws herself back in time after she and Link are attacked by the newly awakened Ganondorf. There, she hones her abilities, with the help of Rauru, Sonia, and Minoru, impressing each of them with her strength and determination. In order to get the restored Master Sword back into Link's hands, Zelda makes the hard choice to consume a secret stone and become an immortal dragon. The new form erases her sense of self, but Zelda's will is so strong that her tears preserve her memories, falling to Hyrule and reshaping the land into massive geoglyphs for Link to discover. As a dragon, Zelda fulfills her mission to reunite Link and the Master Sword, and when Ganondorf also transforms into a dragon, she rescues Link from his clutches. Working together, the two of them are able to bring down the beast once and for all. Long before he becomes the Demon Dragon though, Ganondorf cements his position as by far the most powerful destructive force in the kingdom, and earns the silver medal for most powerful character. Prior to the imprisoning war, Ganondorf was already an imposing leader of the Gerudo, with command over the monsters of the desert. It's after he kills Sonia and takes her secret stone for himself, however, that Ganondorf assumes the power of the legendary Demon King. His power is so great that the sages cannot defeat him, and Rauru must make the ultimate sacrifice to seal Ganondorf away. That doesn't stop Ganondorf's malice from seeping out into Hyrule, and his influence grows even stronger once Link and Zelda inadvertently reawaken him. Untold centuries after his first defeat, Ganondorf retains his control over his hordes of minions, including his mighty and cunning avatar, Phantom Ganon, not to mention his skill in a variety of weapons. There's also the matter of the Gloom, another manifestation of Ganondorf's corrupting essence that saps the life out of anyone who comes in contact with it. Link must face down all of these threats if he hopes to rid Hyrule of Ganondorf's evil. This culminates in a showdown high above the kingdom, as Ganondorf undergoes draconification and breaks on a form similar to that of the mindless raging calamity that Link fought in Breath of the Wild. Ganondorf is truly an undying blight on Hyrule, a being of pure malevolence so powerful that it's a wonder that anyone could possibly be strong enough to stand against him and prevail. And yet, for all that, there is one who can. Link, who claims the gold medal for most powerful character in Tears of the Kingdom. This hero of Hyrule owes much of his strength to his allies. Link assembles a veritable army to fight at his side over the course of the game, beginning with the time and space altering powers of Rauru's arm, and growing to include the magical capabilities of the Five Sages, a newly empowered Master Sword, and even the time-traveling Zelda. Nonetheless, what truly establishes Link as the most powerful being in Hyrule is the limitless potential of his abilities. The crafting and fusing skills he wields are restricted only by the player's imagination. Weapons and shields enhanced with all kinds of useful effects, vehicles designed to traverse every type of terrain, augmentations for Minero's robotic construct. If you can conceive it, Link can probably build it. Never before in The Legend of Zelda has its hero had such boundless control over his environment, and so this Link easily earns the top spot on the list for strongest in Hyrule.